Well, it just wouldn't go away if, well, some people are a little bit confused as to what exactly they should call what has actually happened in respective of who you were banking with once upon a time, AfriBank, Bank PHB, or even Spring Bank. But now the nationalized banks. Joining us to look at the future of these three banks this morning is Dr. Nweze. He's a lecturer at the Pan-African University. Good to have you join us this morning.
Good morning.
Well, it all happened pretty much later. It will be 1 week since all of this occurred over the weekend. Three banks now nationalized. How did you get all of that over the weekend?
Well, it's, when I heard it, it was a big shock. I said, why the hurry? They have till September to do whatever they needed to do to either be nationalized or move on as a private entity.
Well, after you asked why they hurry, they gave an explanation almost immediately. They said that they were failing and chances are that they would never have been able to make it, that even if they did sign an MOU, it would take another 6 weeks to sign a TIA, a transaction implementation agreement. And from the look of things, chances are that they would never be able to make it before September 30. So
they would have,
the reason for moving in, are you satisfied with the explanation?
No, I'm not satisfied. Okay, what is the difference between August and September? Just 1 month apart. Why not let it run its course? So that you will now say, okay, we have waited. If we have waited all these years, all these months, is it because it's the case of the tortoise, that was in prison and then was detained somewhere, and they told him that you're going to be released tomorrow. He said, please get me out of this place. You know, he was in a hurry to move. So why not wait?
The issue here is that there was, let's just paint a little picture here, maybe to help you understand where we're coming from. The AMCON or NDIC asked the CBN, by that are you serious about your September deadline? And CBN says yes. But what's the thing that CBN is holding on to? That they are giving these banks a guarantee. The CBN is guaranteeing these banks up till September 30. In other words, the banks probably have already failed, but the CBN is just guaranteeing them till September 30. Okay. So now this is like stepping in before depositors get to lose all their money, and you think that's not good enough?
No. You see, every day since the sacking of the CEOs, all these banks have been losing money on a daily basis.
Can you explain
course.
that, please?
Now, because what investments, okay, in anywhere in the world, it's all about confidence. Okay, look at what happened yesterday at the stock exchange because of the actions of the CBN. It's going to affect everything that is being done, every facet of our lives, of our businesses and all that. This simple action by the CBN. They're not, the market should react the way they have done.
Well,
right.
The markets will always react on sentiment, but chances are that when things finally, when the dust settles and everything is clearer, you know, shares might most likely come back up.
Yeah, it's going to take a long time. The CBN policies over the years, over the months, is going to impact us. It's not now we're feeling, we see the impact. It's a long-term impact. Okay, look, let's put it this way. They put some people, managers, to rescue and turn around these banks. What happened? They were not able to do it. That's the excuse. CBN was running these banks, has been running these banks since over 2 years now. They've been running these banks. And they're not able, CBN is not able to turn around the banks. So what is it? They should hold the people responsible for what has been happening, because these banks were better off before the CBN moved in than they are today.
I am sure a lot of people will not agree with you.
Well, that's a matter of opinion.
They would not agree with you because, I mean, if these banks were already moving towards failure and at some point the CBN governor moved in, removed the management that was there, pumped in money there, it did not mean that a host of issues bedeviling those banks went away automatically.
Bought over the bad debts. AMCON bought over this debts. So invariably, once all your debts are bought over by someone else, you should be able to operate, on a clean note.
Isn't that what is happening as we speak? Because one of them has even been able to pay the monies CBN used in bailing out the bank as soon as AMCON. Yes, 2 of them now. Yes. So isn't that a laudable move?
No, you see, because let's face it, it's like in finance or accounting, it's called notional, either interest or payment. When paperwork is done but no physical cash is transferred. That's what I suspect happened. It's just whatever happened, that payment was just notional. It's not as if actual money will exchange hands.
And you say
So-
since the time of the, sorry to butt in there, you say since the time of the 5 banks that went on that then, people have been losing money. Maybe you should just bring us up
No,
to
because
speed
the thing
on
is
all
that if you go to some other banks in your neighborhood, you find that some other banks, the traffic increased and the reducing debt. It's a simple thing. I have gone around most of these banks, and all the banks that affected in the tsunami, you find that depositors slowed down in their this, and they're all withdrawing other money, transferring the money to other banks.
But isn't it to the credit of these depositors and to the credit of probably the CBN and AMCON that there was no panic withdrawal?
No, you see, because the thing is this: they withdraw and watch the statement that CBN will come up with. Because what the people listen to, or what influences what happens in the economy, is what the CBN says. The CBN is supposed to, come up with good monetary policies that will encourage investors and give them confidence to invest. Okay, I was reading some interesting piece the other day, and the guy was talking about positive economics and normative economics. Now, positive economics, as a CBN governor all over the world, is a Federal Reserve and all that. What you do is to, not to tell the world what is going on around the world. You know what is going on around the world. Say, hey, this is what is going on around the world. But you don't make, a value judgment. No. Saying that you have the solution. But also, that's a positive. Now, when you're talking to the businesses, to investors, you have to be a positive economist. But when you're talking to government, you have to be a normative economist, in the sense that you make a value judgment by telling the government, knowing what is going on, and then having the solution, saying that you are the one that whatever you can do.
Can there ever be a kind of solution to this? Look at this headline now. Yeah. Anxiety as stock market loses 281 billion naira in 2 days.
And it's going to continue because of this. Don't forget that, yes, the banking sector considers about 80% of NCE, the Nigerian Stock Exchange capitalization. And again, 93% of the financial services sector. So it's not a sector that you should joke with.
Okay, you've heard Okewansu, who heads a shareholders association. You've heard him speak about how the shareholders weren't given a chance to recapitalize their banks. Are you with him on that stance?
Yes, of course. All these things happening, the shareholders should be carried along. They are not carried along.
Because, if you listen to the CBN governor, if you listen to even some of the directors of the CBN, and even if you listen to the AMCON chairman who says, well, they lost their shares a long time ago, so technically they're no longer shareholders.
That is not the right thing to say.
But
it's not the right
thing. Is it the right thing to say, or is it the right thing?
It's
two different things.
Is that the reality?
Because who caused the collapse of the losing of this capital? Is it not the policy? Is it not all about confidence? When you don't have confidence about things, look.
How does policy affect people giving out loans, without any collateral or without any?
No, if you know what happens in the economy, when the citizens have confidence that the government know what they're doing, that the economy is going to improve, they spend more money. When they don't have the confidence, they hold what they have. And it will affect the tomato sellers in the market.
Well, the banks went on a spending spree, and it seems they're just spending and, giving loans to anybody who asked them.
Government is a major culprit in that, because they got money from this bank. They gave contractors jobs, and contractors have to go to the bank.
So how is that the fault of the CBN? How is that the fault of monetary policy?
The thing is this, that even then, some of these policies, it's like you do this, give out a great gift, giving with the right hand and taking from the left, with the left hand. So what happens is that the policy of the CBN has a lot to do, and that's why you should have to be careful. When you are a CBN governor and all that, you're saying something, the investors will listen to you. And then whatever you say will determine what the investing public will do. And you have seen it happen.